All right. Good morning, everybody on Instagram, and good morning to maybe somebody on YouTube. I'm really enjoying doing YouTube lives. And even though I'm very new to it and I don't know what I'm doing, I'm having a lot of fun with learning a new platform and all of the joy that comes with that. So I wanted to talk today. I was driving my kids. Good morning, Mom. I was driving my kids to their allotted summer camps this morning. And on the road that we take, there's a big billboard where I have to stop at 3rd Street and then see this big billboard. And on the billboard, I saw a message and it said, because your experience matters. Because your experience matters. And of course, it was an ad for a recruiting ad for some career. And I don't remember the details of it, but it said, because your experience matters. And it struck me and I felt a feeling of inspiration. Now, doing the work that I have done with personal branding and understanding my magic and understanding myself, I know that I, as an individual, have a unique desire to feel inspired. Inspiration is up tippy top of my list. I know what it feels like in my body to have an idea hit from above or out there and be able to feel it in my body. And I believe that we all have our own unique feeling like that around our most preferred state, our most preferred emotion. It's a feeling that only you would know in your body and only I would know in my body. Because even though we all share the same instincts, we all come to this world with the same reflexes when we're born. Our hands are tight, our feet, I don't remember what our feet do. Our feet have reflexes. We jolt with sounds. We don't breathe underwater. I don't know all the reflexes or instincts, but we all come with the same instincts. And then somewhere along the line, in terms of our instincts, the response that our body gives to react, the impulse that our body creates to react to that instinct is an individual experience. The way that I experience hunger in my body is different than the way that you experience hunger in your body. The way that I experience tasting water in my body is different than the way that you experience tasting water in your body. The way that I feel inspired is different than the way that you feel inspired because your chemicals in your brain are firing in a different way than mine ever will or ever can. And so the words that I saw on the billboard were one part of what I want to share. That was, your experience matters. That's been a lesson that I've learned. And I absolutely love believing that your experience matters. Not you in 20 years, not you in 30 years, your experience now. Your experience driving down the road with kids in the back, singing along to Frozen. Your experience matters. That's one side. But then I had to reach for my notebook and pull it out of my backpack and write, your experience matters. I have it right here. It says on my, and of course, this isn't even in the right notebook, but I had to jot it down as I was driving, being totally safe. I'm like, not looking at my leg. Your experience matters because it hit me with inspiration. And then the second thought that hit me that I wanted, this is the main point of what I wanted to share, is that it is a gift. When I wrote that down, that was a feeling of inspiration. It is a gift to feel your most desired feelings. It's a gift. And I know for me, I have gotten into the trap where I started to expect to feel inspired. I started to expect to wake up in the middle of the night with an idea. And when I would go stretches, I'm wondering if this resonates with anyone, when I would go stretches in time without getting hit with inspiration, like being without an idea or a strategy, I would almost feel like crossing my arms and getting in a bad mood and saying, where is my idea? I am an inspired person. Instead of like receiving the moments that I get to feel that way as a total gift. Now, there are things that I can do to position myself to be ready to feel inspired. Absolutely. But I think we do ourselves a disservice when we don't realize that it is a gift to get to experience our most desired feeling. So when that moment comes of inspiration, and I know you get this, Mom, as the artist that you are with the work that you're doing, you guys go check out her work. When you get hit with the gift, instead of going, thank God, there it is, finally, like as if it's someone else's responsibility to go, oh, what a gift it is that I get to be the conduit to this idea or this message. And I read a book a few years ago that really changed the way that I saw my own action on the ideas that I have. Whereas if it's an idea that is ready for this time, and there's two books that are in my mind. There's The Creative Act by Rick Rubin, but there's also this called I believe it was called The Secrets of Success. And I cannot remember, and I cannot find the book. I don't know where it is, but it's this idea that we are like receptors. We have receptors, and we when an idea is ready to come here. Have you ever had this happen where you like invent something and you knew it was going to be the next big thing? Like wouldn't it be amazing if we had kids water bottles that had screw tops and then they couldn't spill or whatever? You invent this thing and you don't take action on it, and then it comes out in the world because someone else took action on it. And the idea there, the concept there is that it's not really up to the individual. If the individual that gets the idea doesn't act on it, someone else will, and the world will get what it needs regardless like of your action. So really, like we don't I know I say this in another way, the opposite of this all the time, but really in that idea, we don't actually matter all that much. We just get to be the experiencer of the person that takes the idea or takes the concept and puts it into action. And that is a gift. Now, it's not a responsibility. It's not you have to. It's a gift to get to be the person that gathers that idea and puts it into action. And so for me, when I was sitting there and I saw the billboard, Your Experience Matters, and I write it down, and I'm in this moment of like, I'm a mom, I've got kids in the back seat, I'm writing down this thing, and I'm inspired as a mom. I just felt flooded with emotion. Thank you for being able to, thank you for letting me get the idea. Thank you that I get to be inspired, that I get to feel my most desired feeling. So I believe it's important to do the work, to know what is your most desired feeling. And of course, that's inside of the course that we just finished up, Market Your Personal Brand. You can find all that information in my bio. I've talked about it, that's what I'm doing, but I feel it's such a worthy investment to spend time in self-reflection, because I believe that with self-reflection then becomes the opportunity to know yourself. And that's like ground zero, knowing yourself. And I know some people have in the past said, well, it's almost like on the border of this obsession about finding your uniqueness and understanding your uniqueness. They almost say this obsession is like borderline self-absorption. And I want to present the idea, and I shared this in a live video a few days ago. I believe the opposite of self-absorption is actually self-expression. And when you are self-expressing what is actually going on inside of you, when it's actually who you are, it is going to benefit the world. I believe we were all made of love energy. So if you are clear about who you are truly, and you are connected to that. Of course, I have a model for that inside the course that breaks it down and systemizes it. And then you come out with a deeper understanding. Then all of a sudden, what gets pushed out into the world in anything that you do, social media, motherhood, relationships, any way you cook, any way you clean, any touch you have, any connection you have in the grocery store, literally like when you're checking your kids into the summer camp, I'm speaking of my own life here. These are the things I do. When I'm at the pool and I'm sitting by another mom, I get to be self-expressing what is then authentic to me. Most people are walking around the world not even knowing who they are. And they say, I don't know who they are. And then when they get the data on who they are, sometimes the trap is not understanding that that's unique. And I say, give it the light it deserves. Let it shine. Market your personal brand. That's what the course is about. Market your personal brand isn't about a bottom line of making more money. Of course, that's going to happen. When you know who you are and you have desires and beliefs that are aligned with your intuition, and you're walking in life with your compass, doing things that are aligned, of course, you're going to make more money. The people who make more money, the people who make the most money, in my opinion, I'm not going to say that. I don't think that's true. There are people, I'll say it like this. There are people in our world who are making the money they're making because they know who they are, and they are so aligned with it that they don't go out into the world questioning and asking. They just get to go out and say, here I am. If you like it, great. If you don't, fine. And people are attracted to that level of clarity. So if you know who you are, you do the work to understand, like, wow, I came this way. I've always been someone who noticed this. I have these isms. My brain does this. I really like chess. Why do I really like chess? I really like order. I like knowing the rules. I like the straight lines. I like the boxes. My mom probably doesn't really like chess, right, Mom? You're probably neutral about chess unless it's with someone that you love. For the same reason I love Sudoku, because I like order and I like structure and I just like it. And that is a clue into the way I came here. If you don't resonate with that and you have other things, you're like, you know what? You know what lights me up? You know what really makes me happy? I use these as an example all the time. Pens on pens, writing utensils. They're screaming at me to write another course. I have notebooks everywhere. I have papers everywhere because I'm constantly in creation. This is the way I came to this world. I've been writing since I was a kid. And you know what happens sometimes for us is we find these things that we absolutely love to do. Thank you, Mom. And we all have these things, right? This just happens to be mine. You know what else I love or that's interesting? I have to have sunglasses if I'm in the sun. I don't know if it's because my eyes are light or what. I have to have them. We are all living a unique experience here. We all have different things that strike our match. We all have different things that make us excited or inspired or in peace. And when you know what is your most desired feeling, you start connecting the dots with all of these little random isms that are just the way you came, and life starts getting wonderful again. It's the trouble is, in my opinion, when we have experiences that are blocking our ability to fully appreciate and fully soak up all that it is to be us. So the gift of being you, can you appreciate the gift of being you? Can you recognize what it is and really give it the light of day it deserves? I was having a conversation with someone yesterday on a coaching call inside of the course, actually, and she was sharing with the group and so vulnerably sharing how she did not feel like she was connected to her magic. And just out of a random comment, she mentions that she's lost 160 pounds. And I'm like, excuse me, I'm sorry. Hold on just a second. Did you just say you lost 160 pounds? She said, yes. I'm like, determination, resilience. She said, well, I didn't have a choice. I said, yes, you did have a choice. You absolutely did have a choice. Everything you do is connected to your magic. Now, of course, that is something that is an outer data point that then gives us clues into who they are. That's not like, oh, if you have resilience and determination, you're going to have lost weight. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that was evidence, lived evidence on some of the gifts that were inside of her. Her block was that she didn't actually appreciate the resilience or determination. She didn't actually go, wow, that was incredible what I did. And that came from a true place in myself. So when you get clear on exactly who you are and you start to really fully appreciate it, all of a sudden this tendency that you have to pull off the road and get the free thing that's on the side of the road is no longer like an annoying thing about you. It's a thing that makes you you. You are constantly looking for opportunity. You are constantly looking for adventure. I think of my grandma. She cannot drive past a garage sale. She's constantly looking for adventure. She's constantly looking for a way to soak things up. The other day, Sunday, we had this situation with this trailer got stolen right by our house. Well, I don't know where it got stolen from, but it was trying to get away from this. My in-laws live a little bit away, and the trailer was inside of the road and trying to turn around. They were trying to dump what was in the trailer on this road. Well, my brother-in-law, who's like the last person you'd want to find if you were stealing something, saw this person and started taking off after him. So my brother-in-law is driving in this little bug, his mom's bug, like a little convertible VW bug, driving as fast as he can. And this person is pulling a trailer the wrong way down this road. They ended up coming up, or my mom and I were in the pool, and they ended up coming up, and long story short, they lost the trailer. The trailer, I guess, fell off the truck. So Eli got it and he pulled it in. Oh, sorry. He pulled it into our land and then called the police for them to come get the trailer. Well, I asked Eli, I said, "Isn't this just so exciting?" Like, I just like this made my day that we have this adventure. Obviously, I'm not glad that the trailer got stolen, but I was like, it just was such an adventure and I loved it. That is unique to me because he was like, "Yeah, I don't resonate." So my sister-in-law came over to drop a kid off, and I said, "Isn't this like so exciting? We have this stolen trailer." And she's like, "Yeah, that doesn't really resonate with me, but I can see how it's exciting for you." And I'm like, what a gift it is to be me. And for you, what a gift it is for you to be you. And I wish that it, in some ways, I wish that I had just like all day scheduled to be talking with people one on one and hanging out with them, just like go bowling or go eat. So I could just be like, hey, by the way, that right there, that's you. By the way, that's a gift for you. By the way that you did that, that's a gift. And we don't have that. We don't have that kind of availability, right? For like us to just do that all the time. But maybe you could do that for yourself. Maybe this is just the nugget you need today to go, interesting. Why did I pick that instead of that? What about it makes me feel this way? What is my most desired state? What is my most preferred feeling? And when you feel that, really recognize it for the gift that it is. That is what makes life wonderful, which brings me back to the very end, which is the billboard. Your experience matters. Your experience here on earth matters, not in 20 years, not when you get to cash out your 401k, not when you finally make it to whatever. Your experience now matters. So if you are delaying that, if you have a chronic habit of delaying that, or you're so living in from so far behind from the past that you're not living in it now, baby photos. Oh my gosh, they were so cute. The baby little diapers and like, oh my God, I miss that so bad. That's living like, of course, it's amazing to recognize, but like to live in the past is not present. To live in the present or the future is not present. To fully appreciate the gift that it is to be you is how you help your experience be amazing right now. That's my opinion. Always subject to change, always subject to morph. But as it is today, I believe that's it. Appreciate who you are and then bring who you are in its fullness to every area of your life. Watch what happens. All right. I have a call in 5 minutes. So I'm going to hop off and get ready for that. But thank you for being here on Instagram. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here on YouTube. YouTube. It's supposed to be an echo. I don't know anything about YouTube. I need to take a course or something because I'm like a toddler over here wobbling around. But hey, it's been fun. Who knows what will happen on YouTube? I might just be your next YouTube star. You never know. All right. Bye. Bye, guys.